What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We are doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window for you guys to stay up to date every single day, every step of the way with all the latest Manchester City transfer news first and fast on YouTube. So if you haven't already, do make sure you have subscribed now. Less than 200 subs away from my goal of 25k subscribers, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave your thoughts on what you make of these transfers in the comments below, and lastly, leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes once more is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. So let's crack on with this video. We've got no contract news today, but we do have some out news. We're going to start off first with an update on Yan Couto. Now, Sports Witness say that Fenerbahce in Turkey, they want Yan Couto on loan from Manchester City. Apparently, they've taken a fancy to him, they like him, and they want to sign him on loan. I do know there is interest from Sporting Braga over in Portugal as well to try and sign Yan Couto. Braga did have Yan Couto on loan last season. They want to try and get him for another season, and I know that Braga were working to try and get some kind of future fee included that they either would be an option, or it would be compulsory for them to pay. I think they're working on it being an option rather than compulsory. Perhaps Fenerbahce will come in and say we're willing to spend money that will be compulsory for them to pay, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with regards to that. That is interesting. Not really heard too much this summer on Yan Couto so far. Now, moving on, we've got a very, very interesting update on Romeo Lavia. Now, the Athletic say that Southampton and Leeds United, they want Romeo Lavia. Now, just reading between the lines, Lavia could well be a replacement for Calvin Phillips, who is expected to leave Leeds United this summer. Now, there is no mention of Lavia leaving Manchester City either on loan or on a permanent basis, but Lavia is highly regarded by Manchester City and they want to keep hold of him. So I'm wondering if City are going to offer him to Leeds as a potential loan move and try and use that as some kind of make way to try and get Calvin Phillips in at Manchester City. If it's a permanent transfer, then that certainly does help Man City's case with trying to sign Calvin Phillips. If it is to be a permanent transfer, I think City should be doing exactly what they're doing with Bazunu, which is getting a buyback clause in there to make sure we have first dibs on our young players when we do sell them, to go and stretch their legs, that if they do make it, we can bring them back to the club. So if that is the case and it is a permanent transfer, then hopefully we will do that. But Southampton, Leeds, they're both after Romeo Lavia. Now, moving on, speaking of Gavin Bazunu, I do have an update on him. Now, the Telegraph say Southampton, they're expected to announce the signing of Gavin Bazunu. I was expecting that today, and as of right now, me recording this video, it hasn't been officially announced yet. It's thought to be a deal worth 15 to 16 million pounds. Various sources are disagreeing with each other. It's believed to be a fee of around 11 to 12 million pounds up front being paid to Manchester City, plus 3 to 4 million pounds potentially in add-ons included on the deal. It is thought, according to the Telegraph, that City do have a buyback clause included in this deal. I have heard on the grapevine 40 million pounds, and it is believed that Man City also have a sell-on fee included on this transfer, which is set at 20% of a future fee that it is for Bazunu to be sold by Southampton. That could be done by the time that I've distributed this video. If that is the case, then I'll just include it on tomorrow's video. Now, moving on to the final update of the outs, and this is very interesting on Gabriel Jesus. Now, I really want him to stay at Manchester City, and if you want him to stay at City, you're not going to like what I've got to say right now. Now, Gary Jacob at the time says that Manchester City, they have rejected Arsenal's first bid for Gabriel Jesus. It was believed to be an offer of 30 million pounds. Manchester City, they have said no. Arsenal will go in with another offer. It will be a bigger offer, but Arsenal believe that they aren't far away from getting an agreement in place to sign him. Now, from my own personal point of view, I'd be wanting around £50 million for Jesus. I think that fairly reflects his value. The Premier League premium included. He's a striker. He's a player that scores goals. He's Premier League experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's an international player. Plays for Brazil as well. To me, it comes with a price tag. The only downside is he's got 1 year left on his contract, so that does give Arsenal a good chance of signing Jesus this summer, particularly if he thinks he's not going to get the game time and he does want to leave Manchester City. Now, Sky Sports have said that Arsenal are now officially in talks with Manchester City to sign Gabriel Jesus this summer. So it does look like Jesus will leave Manchester City, and right now it looks like Arsenal are going to be that club. It's all about what fee can they agree with Manchester City to make this transfer happen. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a big Marc Cucurella update. Now, Fabrizio Romano on Twitter has said that Manchester City are now preparing their first offer to Brighton and Hove Albion to try and sign the left back / left wing back. Manchester City, they believe they've got an agreement in place with the player and his entourage. They don't believe there's any problems with regards to that. City don't think there's any problems when it comes to paying a fee to Brighton as well to make this transfer happen. Brighton and City seem like they're very happy and confident to get a deal done. This isn't the first time I've heard this. Sky Sports have echoed the same news that Fabrizio Romano has put out there, but that could be Sky Sports just recycling what Fabrizio has said and using him as their source, which could well be the case. But it does look like Man City are preparing to make a move for Marc Cucurella and trying to get it done pretty soon. It is believed that City are looking for some player sales first. However, with Bazunu set to leave Manchester City, 1 or 2 players getting linked with loan exits, there might just be 1 or 2 players, including a Jesus, that goes, and all of a sudden City do have the funds there to push forward and sign the 2 players that they're looking at. They're wanting a defensive midfielder and a left back. That's what City want sorting before pre-season. It looks like it's going to be Cucurella when it comes to a left back, and probably Calvin Phillips when it comes to a defensive midfielder. If City get that done, it's all about who City then sell to replace, to see if there's any other players City want to add to their squad. But just like the UK where it's warming up, the transfer market really warming up as well. I will keep you guys up to date every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news, first and fast, on YouTube. So if you haven't already, do subscribe. Now less than 200 subs away from my goal of 25k subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes once more is the aim. And lastly, most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. And I'll see you all again tomorrow religiously for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.